Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the session. We'll be starting in about a minute or so. So we'll wait for the participants to join, and please be muted during the entire session so it from other participants. Thank you. Uh, During the session, if you have any questions, please make sure you put it in the chat box, and please stay muted during the entire duration. And if possible, please turn on your cameras also.
Okay, Ananya, we can start the webinar now.
Sure, sir. Hello all, welcome. I welcome you all. Good morning, and welcome to the first webinar on personal finance by Nishkaera. This is a part of our financial literacy drive. I am Ananya Jujala, and I would welcome you all to today's session. I am honored to introduce you all to our two founders of Nishkaera, Mr. Mukesh.
Hi, everybody.
And Mr. Saurabh Garg.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm equally honored to introduce you to our two advisors and founding investors, Mr. Vikash Goel.
Hello, everyone.
And Mr. Rajiv Sachdev.
Hi, everyone.
Now, introducing you all to our esteemed speakers of today, Ms. Rushika Sabnis.
Good morning, everyone.
She is a SEBI registered investment advisor who will be speaking on basics of financial planning. And Mr. Sanjeev Dawar.
Hi, everyone.
He's an experienced personal finance expert who will be speaking on financial goals, how to set, manage, and achieve them. I'm sure every one of us is looking for ways to manage our finances efficiently, be it extra spending on your favorite food or purchasing those unneeded products on Amazon. We all have done that and wish we could have planned our money efficiently. Financial literacy is important as it will equip us with the knowledge and skill to manage our money effectively. The absence of the same will lack a strong foundation in terms of your actions and decisions concerning savings and investments. We at Nishkaera understand the need to spread awareness about personal finance and started the webinar program as a part of a financial literacy drive. To know more about this initiative and about our company Nishkaera, I now invite our founder, Mr. Mukesh Vijay, to share a few words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ananya. And I'm delighted to welcome you all for our first webinar on financial literacy. To begin with, I would just like to make you aware of the meaning of our company name Nishkaera. Nishkaera basically means gold and era means period. So basically it is bringing back the golden era, which is the motto of our company also. Yeah, so can you take the next slide? Yeah, so we as a company representing the golden era of, we thought of a plan in mind. We four co-founders together thought of bringing back those golden virtues that our country enjoyed a few hundred years back by blending best-in-class technology with financial know-how. Because in today's world, having a good personal finance situation is a must. So for that, we created a one-stop platform that can address the financial needs of diverse population and with a specific focus on women in need. Next, please, Saurabh. Yeah, so how we are doing it? What is our philosophy of achieving those mottos and goals is through learn, invest, and grow. What we are doing in Learn is creating a gateway of comprehensive learning resources where you can read, learn about all kinds of financial products that you will need to invest or that you need to buy in your life journey and make informed financial decisions. And then when you have learned about those financial products that you will need, whether it is mutual fund, insurance, stocks, fixed deposit, all those things, you need to invest them, right? So we are creating a platform where you can buy these things online seamlessly from the best brands available in India. And once you have done that, it's not the end of it. You have to ensure that your money and your wealth grows over the period of time, meeting your financial growth. So we are developing a platform where you can get the support of experts in advising you to do the course correction and meet your financial goals. Next, please. So converting our philosophy into real things, what we are doing is we are creating a learning platform where there would be learning resources, and then it would be held by curated webinars as we are going through it today. And we will have all kinds of financial tools available on our platform where you can calculate things like we already have a financial pulse on our website, which tells you what is your current financial situation and what you can do to improve it. And also there are market analysis we are doing very thoroughly these days is on the IPOs. So these are the offerings from us on the learning side. And once you have done that, and if you want to take further advice, then we have our financial advisory platform. And based on these things, when you want to buy the products, we have our product platform. And we have a special platform for women to buy product as per the requirement. So it is basically a one-stop solution of financial services. Next, please. So as I've already told, what we are trying to do on the learning resources is bringing all the valuable, important information about each of the products, whether it is loan, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, IPOs, alternative investments on our platform, easy to access, free to all, so that you can go through all these things, understand the product, its risk and reward aspect of it, and whether it is the right product for you at a particular time of your life and investment cycle, and buy the right products for yourself. Next, please. And to help you further to that, we will be organizing continuously webinars where experts like Ms. Rushika and Sanjeev ji will be there to guide you through particular part of your financial journey, help you out in terms of making the right kind of financial decisions. If you have made some wrong decisions, how to come out of it, amend it, and take right financial decisions, right? So there will be various topics that we'll speak on. These are listed a few of them. Right? Next, please. And we have very clear identified target groups for whom we will be conducting these webinars in coming weeks and months. This include focus groups. As I have told you that we are much more focused on improving the financial situation of women in India. So all women focus group will be the one target group. Then corporates, whether it is SMEs and education institutes would be our other target areas, and medium and large side corporates also. Next slide, please. And as I told you that from the very beginning, we have a special focus for women. Our endeavor will be bringing specialized products which meet their financial requirements as per their financial goals. And we will have experts like Rushika ji and Sanjeev ji help them through their financial journey. Next, please. So what we'll get on the product platform is the best products. And these products can be anything, whether it is loans, whether it is gold, whether it is cryptocurrency, whether it is fixed deposit, whether it is provident fund. And this, you will see these products coming on our platform very soon. And we are ready for bringing some products already. Yeah, next, please. This is very important part of our delivery, which is the financially advisory platform. What happens is that many of us know about the financial products, its risk as reward, and its requirement in our financial journey. But we have to be very disciplined, and at times we are not able to do that. There comes the need for an expert so that they can put us on the right path of financial freedom and independence. So we are creating a very exclusive financially advised platform wherein SEBI registered investment advisor will be there to give you advice on your various financial needs. This platform will be launched very soon. Now comes the time of a big announcement. As I have told you that we are launching some financial products only, and to that we are making a big announcement. This is the first public announcement we are making about the partnership we have entered with one of the big brands in India, which is known to everybody. Next, please. So we have entered into partnership with Bajaj Finserv, the best brand that you know in the NBFC space, for their fixed deposits and personal loans product. So these products will be soon available on our website. You can buy from here. And Mr. Bhavik Jadhav is with us today, who is from Bajaj Finserv. So thank you, Bhavik, for all this. And we see a long-term association with Bajaj Finserv. That is all I have to say. I don't want you to wait for the expert to speak. So I'm giving back to Ananya, and let's have a fantastic session ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we go to the experts and listen to their views on personal finance, let's check your financial awareness through a small poll. This poll does not have any right or wrong answers. It's for us to understand you better and deliver a smooth session. Read the questions carefully. It's for once you have answered all the questions, click the submit button. I hope all of you are able to see the questions. We'll wait for another minute for everyone to answer. amazing that most of you are super excited for the session. That really gives us a lot of energy. Okay, so let's just discuss the outcome. So the first priority of most of you is investments, and then house and insurance go at the same level. Next is you mostly invest in mutual funds and stocks, and a few in fixed deposits also. That is great. And most of us here are intermediate or beginners. And we have 3 each in expert and completely new. And most of you, like I said, are super excited. So keeping the energy just like that, let's move on. The first session that will be taken on basics of financial planning, and then we'll go on to the financial goals. I request you all to ensure that you're on mute during the entire duration to not disturb the speakers and other participants. Please note that we have a separate Q&A session after the 2 sessions. So if you have any questions for the expert, please mention it in the chat box, and we will keep your questions there and take up during the Q&A session. I also request all the participants to keep your video on during all the sessions. So without waiting anymore, I would like to introduce you to our first speaker, Ms. Rushika Sabnis. She is an MBA Gold Medalist, an IIM graduate, and SEBI registered investment advisor. She has rich experience of doing many webinars on personal finance and related topics. I would now welcome Ms. Rushika for her presentation on basics of financial planning. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ananya, and thank you, Nishkaera, for having me in the first webinar. It's an honor to be presenting for Nishkaera. Next slide, please. Yeah, okay. So we'll begin the presentation by asking a very fundamental question, which I think each one of us should ask and should know the exact answer to. And that question is that, are you financially fit? Okay. Now, many of us are financially independent. We earn money. But does being financially independent really mean that you're financially fit? Well, you need to answer. I have 5 questions here. And each one of us should look to answer these questions to the best of our ability and know the answers to these questions in order to move towards financial fitness. Okay. So the first question is that each one of us earns money, okay, through business, through salary, through various other sources. So you should know why you're earning money today. The next question is, what are my financial goals? The financial goals is something which is unique for every individual. It depends on your age, your financial status, your risk-taking ability, and a number of other factors. So your financial goals are unique to yourself, and you should exactly know your financial goals. And your financial goals will be like short-term, medium-term, long-term, depending on where you see, yourself right now and where you want to see yourself financially in the future. Then after you earn money, you spend that money, you have some savings. Now, are you saving enough? How much saving is enough saving? Then after you save, you must save whatever is necessary and you must invest the rest. Now, investing the money that you save depends again on your financial status and your financial goals. You must look to align your investments as per your financial goals. The question here is how and how much to invest. And the last question is, and the most important perhaps, is, are my investments aligning to my financial goals? Now, through this webinar, we will try and take you closer to answering these questions and making you more financially fit. Next slide. Yeah, okay. So now let's first understand the journey of money, the stages in which the money moves. Okay. So the first step is that we make money. Now we make money through various sources. We have our salary, maybe we have our business income, then we have income from interests, dividends, Then we may have rental incomes, various sources of money. Then after we make money, we have our spends, we have our expenditures. After that, whatever is left is the money that we save. Now, saving and investing will come a little later as to what the exact difference is. But after we save money, we need to invest that money in order to grow that money. Now, investing that money will depend on your financial goals, and you must invest as per your financial goals. Now, once you invest the money in the right avenues, in the right assets, that money grows, it multiplies, it compounds. That's how you grow your money. If you invest properly as per your goals and your financial needs, your money will multiply. And the last step in the money journey is to maintain the money. You want to reach a stage where your money is secure, where you are in a state of financial freedom, and that's where you start maintaining the money. So the journey of money is a 5-step process, and we will try and understand that a little later. All right, next slide. Okay, so now let's come to what is saving and what is investing. Now, simply put, saving is like putting your money in a safe place where you will use it for the future. Now, saving is usually like putting money in a piggy bank. So it gets added, but it doesn't multiply, it doesn't grow. It's like simple addition of money. Now, saving is usually for your short-term goals. That is maybe an emergency fund or some money that you may require in the near future. Whereas investing is when you make your money earn more money for you. That is, you compound your money. It helps you grow your wealth. If you invest money properly as per your goals, as per your financial needs, the money will multiply. Okay, and this can be used to help achieve your long-term financial goals. So long-term maybe say 5 years to say retirement. Now, investing will depend upon what stage of financial goals and what kind of financial goals you want to achieve. Now, the risk involved in saving is lower, but the risk involved in investing is slightly higher depending on the kind of asset classes that you invest in, the kind of portfolio mix that you have, and the kind of risk appetite that you're willing to adopt. So basically, I would suggest that you must save only what is necessary, and you must invest the rest of the money so that your money grows, your money multiplies, and it compounds over a period of time. Next slide, please. Now, before we understand the importance of saving and investing, we need to understand, the importance of something called as inflation. Now, inflation is a reality in today's economy. Now, what exactly is inflation? Inflation refers to the rise in the prices of goods and services over a period of time. So basically, in effect, two things happen. Not only the prices of goods and services increase, but it decreases the purchasing power of money. Now, the inflation rate in our country currently is around 6%. Now, this means that the prices of goods and services on an average increase at the rate of 6% per year. So let's understand this with a simple example. Okay. Now, if you go back to the year 2001, and I would have given you 20 rupees, you would probably be able to buy 10 vada pavs in that 20 rupees. Okay. Now come to today, 2021, you can buy only 3. The reason of that is the cost of vada pav, one vada pav has increased in 20 years. And hence the purchasing power of 20 rupees has decreased. So instead of 10, you can buy 3. And now if you move 20 years into the future, in 2041, probably you'll be able to buy only 1. So 20 rupees remains the same, but the cost of vada pav has increased and the purchasing power of the same 20 rupees has decreased. Now, this is an important concept for you to understand when you are investing. The reason is, the reason is that if you invest your money, okay, in avenues which give you a return which is less than the rate of inflation in your country, that is less than 6%, you are in effect losing your money. Okay, I'll repeat that. If you invest your money in avenues which give you an annual return of less than 6%, you are losing your money. So in effect, your investments need to beat inflation in order to make money, in order to help catch up with inflation and help you keep your purchasing power high. All right, next slide. Okay, so how do we go about saving, investing? Now the first step is to make a budget. This is the first step, and how you go about it is, first thing is that you should make a list of all your sources of income, how you're making money, what are the various sources. So it may be your salary, it may be your side hustle, it may be income from business entrepreneurship, it will be dividends from maybe the stocks that you are owning, maybe interest income from FDs, recurring deposits. You may be having property on rent, so include all of that. So basically make a list of all your income sources. The next thing is you must know your monthly expenses. Now monthly expenses means all your living expenses, your groceries, your rent that you're paying, your travel expenses.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Your travel expenses, you can either make a list of this, or you can just note it down on your Excel sheet. Okay, now if your expenses vary month on month and your income varies month on month, a good way is to take a 3-month or a 6-month average. Okay, the next step is be aware of your needs and wants. Now what are your needs? Now needs are your expenses which you can't do away with. That is your, say, a rental expense, expenditure on food, your phone bills, electricity bills, gas bills. So these are necessities in life which you can't say I can't spend on them. But your wants, now wants are something like this, things that you spend on leisure, on entertainment, on holidays, on travel, which you can do away with. Okay, you can reduce that expenditure. Now your aim should be to be prudent in your expenditure on needs and try to cut down on your wants expenditure. The next thing is that you must set savings and investing goals. Now these goals will be set up on your current financial status, your need, the current age group that you're in, your risk appetite, where you want to see yourself financially after 3 years, 5 years, etc. The next step is that you must always save first and then spend later. Okay, so don't spend and then save, invest whatever is left. Do the other way around. Have your goal, invest, save first, and then budget whatever is left into your monthly spends. Next is after you've come to your savings investing goals, I recommend you come to a savings figure. You save only what is needed, because saving doesn't give you higher returns. It is just a simple addition of money. So you must save only what is necessary, okay, to maybe have an emergency fund or for your short-term money requirements, and you must invest the later for a higher rates of return. And the last thing is that it's recommended that you make your saving investing automatic. So basically, if you're getting, say, a salary on the first of every month, you put the automatic, say, a SIP withdrawal on, say, the 5th of every month, or you set automatic withdrawals for your recurring deposits. So in this way, you don't have to manually manage it. Savings investing become automatic. Next slide. Okay. So what are your various investment options? Now, this list is not an exhaustive list. Also, how much and where to invest will obviously depend on your individual financial goals. But it's always advisable to have you to diversify in one or many of these asset classes, depending on your risk appetite, your time horizon. Now, let's quickly look through all of these one by one. So the first is bank deposits. Now, this is the most traditional and probably one of the safest investment options. Okay, they give you a very less rate of return. Okay, so it's advisable not to put all your money in bank deposits because, as I said, they don't beat the inflation, and you may land up losing money over a longer period of time. But at the same time, it's pretty safe. A better option to bank deposits is your post office saving schemes. Now, these are by the government of India. They have various saving schemes for various types of people for various time horizons, and they're pretty safe, and they give you a higher rate of return as compared to the traditional bank deposits. The next is government bonds, which are debt instruments, and private bonds. So basically, your money gets locked for a fixed period of time, and you get interest at the end of each period. Now, government bonds are slightly safer than private bonds. What you should be looking at before you invest is probably the credit ratings of the companies that you invest in. So the higher the credit rating, the safer it is to invest in those options. Having said that, government bonds are safer as compared to private bonds, private company bonds, but they also give you a lower return as compared to private companies. The next is the stock market. I think this is an investment option which beats inflation in the long run. Each one of us should have exposure to investing in stocks, but the percentage will obviously depend on your individual goals. And a good way to invest them if you don't have knowledge on investing directly in stocks is through mutual funds. Next is commodities, mainly gold and silver. Now, in a country like India, we usually look at gold as something that we keep in our family, but that's not investment. Investing is when you buy gold as an asset. Okay, now there are various ways in which you can invest in gold and silver in India. Like you can invest in gold ETFs, you can invest in sovereign gold bonds, which the government comes up every year, and they open up, I think, once every quarter. So there are various ways, and gold as an asset only appreciates over time. And it is a good hedge against all other asset classes. The next is mutual funds. Now, a thing about mutual funds is it's not only that mutual funds invest in stock markets. Mutual funds is like you give your money to an expert who's a fund manager, and he invests the money on your behalf into various asset classes, that is debt, equity, real estate. And basically, you must look to invest in a mutual fund which aligns with your financial goal. Okay. Next is crypto, which is the new thing today, and everybody wants to invest in crypto, but it is one of the most riskiest asset classes. And I would suggest that unless you have good knowledge about where to invest, how much to invest, you must keep your exposure to crypto to be minimum, because it's highly volatile, and you can't expect returns. I mean, there is very little analysis that's available on it, right? And the last is real estate. Now, real estate as an asset is a very different asset class when it comes to having it as a chunk of your portfolio. The reason being, one of the things is that if you're staying in the house, do not consider that as an asset per se. Okay, real estate, there are various ways of investing in real estate. The ways where you can earn money through real estate is probably by renting it or buying when the market is low and selling it high. But those cycles also are, it's a very cyclical market. So yeah. And there are other avenues of investment like provident fund, etc. But those depend on your individual investment goals. And one last thing is, always remember, don't invest in only one asset class. Diversification across asset classes is important, and the percentage of allocation will again depend on factors like your financial goals, your risk taking appetite, your current financial status, etc. Can we move on to the next slide? Yeah. Now, before making any investment decision, it's important to understand the fundamental relationship between reward and risk. Now, whenever you invest, you expect a certain amount of returns, right? Now, you need to understand that the returns expectation is directly proportional to the amount of risk that you're willing and able to take. Now, you should know the risk that you're willing to take and the risk that you're able to take. Now, typically, low risk investments yield low returns. So something like a bank deposit or a recurring deposit. The risk is pretty low, but the returns are also low. Now, when you move up the graph, then comes something like, say, stock market. Now, stock market investment has a little higher risk, but they give you higher returns. And then maybe something like crypto, which is highest in the chart, which is high risk and maybe high return. So don't get lured by, say, schemes where people tell you, oh, we'll give you very high returns with zero risk or no risk. It doesn't exist. Okay, it's a myth that when people say it's a high risk, low risk, high return policy. All right, now if they say high returns, it will come with a certain amount of risk. So please try and understand the risk of every investment that you're getting into before investing your money into that particular asset class to make it a part of your portfolio. Yeah, next slide. Okay, now I say that there is never a right age to start investing. The earlier you start investing, the better. Okay, and at the same time, it's never late to start your investing journey. Okay, now let's understand why you should start investing at an early age. Now, if you start, let's say, investing rupees 10,000 per month till the age of 60, that's till the time you retire. Now, the accumulated sum at the age of 60, assuming that you get an annualized return of say 12%, okay, will vary if you start investing at the age of 25, at the age of 35, and at the age of 45. Now, what does this 10-year period actually make a difference to the portfolio at the age of 60? Now, if you start investing at 25, the amount will be 6.5 crores. If you start investing at 35, just 10 years later, it becomes 1.89 crores. And if you start investing at 45, it becomes 50.5 lakhs. Now, why is there a stark difference in, just a 10-year gap? The answer to this question lies in the power of compounding. Okay, the power which your money multiplies. So the earlier you start, you give your money more time to grow, more time to multiply, and that much more gains you get because your money compounds at the rate of 12% annually. So your money makes more money if it's invested for a longer duration of time. So that's the reason it's important to start investing early and be disciplined in your approach if you want to create wealth in the longer period of time. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so that's the end of my presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was an amazing session. I'm sure that the audience also has understood a new spectrum of financial planning as well and will be implementing them in their daily lives as well. Next, the question arises about